Hi YouTube, my name is Gadevin, and today we're going to be covering the results of a little experiment I decided to conduct a few days ago. So basically, Valorant is a competitive tactical FPS shooter, and as you probably know, accuracy in this game does not work how it does in games like Call of Duty. In games like Valorant, your accuracy greatly decreases anytime you are moving at full speed. Generally speaking, this is to make players think a little more about their movements and generally play a little more with their brain during these kinds of games. However, as someone that played CSGO quite a bit, I find it really interesting that a lot of people in my Valorant competitive games seem to complain about getting run and gunned. It seems like at least once or twice in every competitive game I play, someone on my team, or honestly, even me, complains about getting killed by someone that was running with a rifle at full speed. The reason I bring up that I played CSGO is that in CSGO I don't feel like I heard this much, maybe once in a blue moon, but in my competitive games in CSGO, it wasn't really something people complained about much. So clearly running and gunning works pretty different from how it did in CSGO. So let's go over the general details of how this experiment went down. So generally, the way I conducted this experiment was I only used the Phantom, and in 10 deathmatch games, I only run and gunned with it. More specifically, every time I saw an enemy, I ran in one direction and sprayed my whole mag until either they killed me or I killed them. I did the experiment this way to minimize the amount of counter strafing that might accidentally happen if I were to simply spray and run back and forth. I decided to use the Phantom because I generally feel like it's the gun I see most people complaining about getting killed by someone while running. And it makes sense too. The Phantom has a higher fire rate than the Vandal, and it also has a general tighter spray than the Vandals. It's also less random. The main objective of this experiment was to put in a more digestible way how good run and gunning actually is in Valorant. Here in just a minute, I'm going to go over the results with you guys, give you a lot of statistics about different things, but before that, I want to give a few general disclaimers before I show you guys a few of my favorite kills. So first of all, I am currently ranked Diamond 2 in competitive, so it's not like these people I'm playing against are just total garbage fires. They're decent players that should generally be able to take care of someone that's run and gunning at them. Part 2 is that any game where I had consistent network issues or anything like that, I threw out to maintain consistency for this experiment. So after looking at each and every one of my VODs for each of these matches, I can confirm that I did not adjust my playstyle. I would say I did a very good job of positioning myself in a similar way that I would in a normal deathmatch game. Alright, now before I get into the actual results of this experiment, which to be honest are kind of surprising, I'm going to show you guys a few of my favorite moments from this experiment, because some of these, to be honest, are a little ridiculous. Take a look. Alright, now before we get into the more important statistics, I have a few bonus statistics for you guys that aren't really relevant to the experiment, but I thought were kind of funny and interesting nonetheless. I got 4th place once. Every single one of my kills was a legit run and gun. I did not let go of W. And no counter strafing was involved either in any of these kills. Alright, now let's get into some of the more relevant statistics. My average placing in these 10 games was 9th place, which, to be honest, is way better than I thought. I was pretty sure I would like average 13th or 14th place, but somehow I managed to pull out 9th place, which is a little concerning on its own. Over the course of these 10 games, I got 193 kills, all that are legitimately run and gun kills in total, coming out to an average of 19 run and gun kills per deathmatch game. I don't know if I'm maybe being a little dramatic. That seems pretty ridiculous to me though. That's almost halfway to the score you need to end the game. And considering I was only running gunning, that's wow, that's just wow. Lastly, I just want to throw out that Haven was by far the best map for run and gun due to all the tight angles. This is the map I got the 4th place on, and then the other time I got Haven, I got 9th place, which is not bad. So, what do these results mean about run and gunning in Valorant? Well, if you ask me, I think it's pretty clear that it's a little too strong. Especially being the tester of the experiment myself, I was shocked at some of the kills I was able to get while moving full speed with the Phantom. It was pretty insane to me, and it really shed some light on how, you know, maybe some of these complaints about run and gun that you see in competitive are valid. It's honestly a little ridiculous at times. Now, one thing I definitely should point out is that there is something that makes a huge difference in how often you get run and gun kills, and that's actually tagging. If you don't know what I mean by tagging, I'm talking about when your player gets shot and your character slows down for just a moment. What was really interesting to me about tagging when it comes to run and gun is that even if you're holding like full sprint and you get tagged, the accuracy you gain because you're slower, it's insane. To me, it freaks me out that when you shoot a player, you might actually be giving them a running accuracy bonus. I really don't like that. I feel like if a player is still holding down the key to make their character sprint, do you really deserve an accuracy bonus at that point? I don't know. Overall, I would say this experiment was a success. I say we reached our goal. I'm really honestly surprised at how effective it truly was. I assumed that myself and other people in my competitive games were, you know, maybe being noceboed or exaggerating or something like that, but to be honest, guys, it was pretty concerning what I was able to do just while running gunning in DM. Especially the way you get so much more accurate when you actually get shot. I don't know how I feel about that. It's a little much. I understand that the player's moving slower, but they're not intending to be more accurate. They're still holding the W key. So it's just a little interesting, and I wonder if Riot's ever going to make some changes to that in the future. Regardless, that wraps up this little video of mine. If you guys enjoyed it, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you feel like watching more of this content. I'm heavily considering taking my channel in a direction of like Valorant testing and kind of scientific approach to certain things. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, be sure to hit subscribe, and hopefully I'll get some more of that to y'all very soon. Be sure to let me know your thoughts about this little experiment of mine in the comments below. Again, personally, I found it pretty concerning, but maybe I'm just exaggerating a little bit. But tell me what you guys think. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.